What's going on, guys? Munchlax TCG here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the other deck I played a lot during the 2017-28 meta, and that is Quagsire Naganadel. And so pretty much the premise of this deck is you're going to be wanting to attack with Quagsire and charging up all of your energy, no pun intended, with Naganadel. So let's get into the deck list. So this is probably going to be my only other deck I review with the 2017-28 format, pretty much only because this was the only other deck I played. I was constantly playing Wheezing, and I saw the support you guys gave me on that video, and I appreciate it. So here we go. We start off with one Ditto. Ditto can be two different things. It can be a Quagsire, or it can be act as a Wooper, or it can act as a Poiple. And we also play 4 Wooper. And then we play 3 Quagsire with the ability Washout. What Washout says is, as often as you like during your turn before you attack, you may move any water energy from your bench onto your active Pokemon. And so pretty much you're always going to want to have your energy scattered to go and have energy scattered on the bench so you can bring up one of your many different attackers and just move the energy off of the bench and onto one main attacker. We also play one Fighting Quagsire, and what the Fighting Quagsire for is for Pikarom. For 3 water energy, it has a vanilla Surf for 120, which is the perfect number to knock out a Pikarom because he has 240 HP. Then we play 2 Spit Poison Poiples. You only play them because you need Naganadel, and I prefer this one. Just because if, say, it's an odd number of your opponents, if the HP of your opponent's Pokemon is odd, you can Spit Poison and put them back on an even clock because Quagsire attacks in evens and not odds. Hopefully, if you're attacking with Poiple, there's a different problem and not that you're not setting up. We also play 2 Naganadel with a charge up where you take a water energy from your discard and attach it to Naganadel, and then you can use Washout to wash it up onto the active. And I've also found myself using it once or twice, but Turning Point is super good. For 3 colorless, if 80 damage, if you have exactly 3 prizes remaining, the attack is 160. Which, if you're against Zapbeast and they try to use Revenge with Machamp Marshadow, you can just bring up the Poiple, use Turning Point, and hitting for knockout most of the time. If you're on 3 prizes. Then we play 1 Magikarp Wailord. I play this for the Malamar matchup. You don't want to start it. This is probably the worst starter in the deck. Actually, no, I take that back. There's one other worst starter. But use it for his GX attack. Towering Flash GX, 10 damage. And if you have 8 energy on this Pokemon, it does 100 to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So pretty much what you want to do is, he's your final knockout Pokemon, where if you have, your opponent has 1 prize card left and you have, say, 3 or 4, and you have damage spread out on the other side of the field, you can bring him up, move all the energy you have on the field, and hopefully take a knockout on multiple bench Pokemon. We play 1 Volcanion Prism. It has the attack Jet Geyser. Discard 1 water energy, and your opponent has to switch their active with one their bench. And for Sonic Blast for 3 water, does 100 damage and 20 to each of their bench Pokemon. Now, I always was having trouble with the Pikarom matchup, so besides the Fighting type Quagsire, I also play 1 Onix. And Onix is just like Quagsire, but instead of for 3 water, it's 4 water. And just a vanilla 120 Land Crush, 1-hit KOing a Pikarom. So I never really had trouble with the Pikarom matchup, because not many people play both techs, and they won't tech for both. So they'll take out the Quagsire and be like, oh, I'm fine. I also play 1 Oranguru Instruct. This is my main draw engine. And Psychic, 60 plus 20 for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. You really don't want to be using it, but it can come in helpful in dire needs. And that wraps up the Pokemon. We're playing 9, 13, 17 different Pokemon. And let's move on to our supporters. So our supporters are very vanilla. It's the two most played, it's the three most played supporters in the format. For Cynthia, for Lily. The two most played supporters, not three. We don't play Guzma. So the reason behind no Guzma is you just don't have room, and you really don't want to switch to your bench most of the time. So we play for Cynthia just because if you start off with a bad hand, you can do a couple actions, Cynthia away, get a fresh new 6. But Lily's your more desirable turn 1 supporter. Just being able to Lily up to 8. Sometimes I've drawn down my hand multiple times with a hand of 0 and just did Lily for 8. And it's been super crucial. And so we actually play 4 tools. We play 4 Wishful Baton. What Wishful Baton does is, if this Pokemon is attacked by your opponent's active Pokemon and it's knocked out, you may move 3 of any basic energy onto your bench Pokemon. So you always want to have a Wishful Baton attached to your Quagsires most of the time when you're attacking, just so you're not losing energy on the field and they're constantly staying on the field. We play 4 Nest Balls. Just search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench. Super good card to find your Woopers and your Poiples, Ditto. You can even use it I used it a lot for a Ringru just to find if I need some draw support. We play 4 Aqua Patch. We have a bunch of ways of discarding cards from our hand. And Aqua Patch is probably the best way to Ultra Ball away 2 waters and then double Aqua Patch on turn 1 to have at most 3 energy on the field. Turn 1. And then going on to our 3 ofs, we play 3 Acrobike. Take the top 2 cards off the top of your deck, discard 1, put the other into your hand. It could be Acrobike for Quagsire and Water Energy. And Water Energy is 9 times out of 10 the best card you want to discard with Acrobike, because of Charge Up and Aqua Patch. We play 3 Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball, the best card in last format. Search your deck for 2 cards, or discard 2 cards from your hand if you do search your deck for a Pokemon. So discard any 2 cards and you can grab your Quagsires to attack, your Naganadels if you need Charge Up, one of your fighting techs for if you're against Pikarom. Next up, we play 3 Rescue Stretcher. We're probably going to be playing the long game since we play a bunch of one of attackers. It's going to be crucial that we constantly have a water type Quagsire on the field. So we need to have our stretchers just to constantly get them back. Then we're going to move on to our 1-of items. We play 1 Counter Catcher. And this is our only way of gusting, because normally we're going to be behind on prizes. So we can just custom catcher, bring up a Pikarom on the bench, and Surf for the knockout or Land Crush for the knockout. Play 1 Field Blower. Just to get rid of stadiums, get rid of the tools that are causing us issues like Spell Tag or Skateboard to drain the Jirachi in the active. And that wraps it up for our trainers. We also play 2 Viridian Forest. Discard a card from hand. If you do, search your deck for an basic energy. So what's super good is being able to go Viridian Forest, discard a Water Energy, grab a Water Energy, attach the Water Energy, and then you're going to charge up that Water Energy you discarded to net of 2 Water Energy onto the field, which is just super good and the best stadium you could put in this deck. Then moving on to our energies, we play 3, 6, 9, and 10. I've thought about 11, but it clunked up the hand, and 9 was just 2 less, saying you prize 2, you can't use Towering Splash, so I think 10 is just the right amount. And that's going to be Quagsire Naganadel. It's my second favorite deck I played last format. Weezing being first, obviously, I love that deck. And this will probably be the only other episode of the pre-rotation I do. I have a couple ideas coming up for post-rotation. I'm probably going to be uploading later. And thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions about this deck, and this is a deck I know pretty much a lot about, and I'm going to be actually testing this post-rotation as well. I saw a list that did good in the Open by Jonathan Croxton. I thought it was a pretty good list. I have the proxies printed out to go and start testing it. But I think the next deck you can expect is the deck I'm going to trash, because I thought it was okay, but it was too much work, and that's a Slow Duck Lapras. Alright, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and leave some comments if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.